The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Rex. Join me later in the bulletin for sports.
In this edition, Pariwa addresses hire and fire issues, school materials for Lake Community College, and Doncaster welcomes back Watson Boas. Later, there have been some issues within the Madang Provincial Government Administration on hiring and firing staff. It had come to the attention of the Governor, Ramsey Pariwa, that the Provincial Administrator, Frank Lau, had made an attempt to terminate the Provincial Administration's Human Resource Management. Then he was trying to appoint another person. This is the first time since taking office the government is addressing the people by making a statement on various issues affecting Madang Province and appointment and termination of public servants.
The Governor for Madang has for the first time addressed the hire and fire issue through a public statement made to the people of Madang Province.
My hardworking public servants of the Madang Provincial Administration, I want to set some things right on the power of appointment and termination under the current public service structure. Recently, there was an attempt made by the Provincial Administrator, Mr. Frank Lau, in terminating the human resource head of the administration and appointing another person. This action taken was unwarranted.
Governor Pariwa added that the powers of appointment and termination of public servants by the departmental head or provincial administrator have been recalled to the Secretary of the Department of Personnel Management by Special General Order 11 of 2019.
The attempted Appointment and Termination Act is an administrative matter, and I do not want to go into that further, but for the purpose of clarifying to my people, I must say the least.
He added that the recalling of these hire and fire powers were made clear to the Madang Provincial Administration by a human resource audit done in early December 2022.
Therefore, in order to avoid future and further misunderstanding of the powers of hire and fire, I must set this right. And I call on the Provincial Administrator down the line to all the public servants to abide by that Special General Order 11 of 2019. And I also call on all the non-public servants to stay out of the public service of Madang.
According to the Governor's Media Office, this is the first of a sequential schedule of press statements which will be given by the Governor at the end of each month. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
The Governor for Madang is aware that it is in the middle of the year and projects should already be in the process of implementation. However, administration issues in the public service are hindering progress. Governor Ramsey Pariwa has called on the Provincial Administrator and Provincial Finance Manager to immediately kickstart implementation of the 2023 provincial budget. A first of his statements to his people since taking office, the Governor is adamant in resolving these challenges in service delivery to all districts. In a public statement, the Governor said that the Madang Provincial Government has a set development agenda and has already begun a few major programs, such as the Sir Peter Bata Tertiary Education Scholarship Program that's in its trial year. He stressed that administrative issues are hindering progress of service delivery.
I want to give you an update on what is happening with the Medellin provincial government's account. On the onset, the Medellin provincial government is on set with all its development agendas. However, we are faced with an administrative issue affecting the flow of service delivery in the province at the moment.
He said the major problem the administration is facing at the moment is the delay in the opening of the provincial government's accounts that has resulted in the delaying of the implementation of the 2023 provincial budget.
The provincial government has approved the budget of about 427.9 million at the PEC level and passed the budget through the assembly early this year. This is what your provincial government has done. The delay in running the accounts and the implementation of the budget is in the provincial administration.
The governor adds that financial directives issued by the provincial administrator is not in line with the Public Finance Management Act structure, and therefore the provincial finance manager is working very hard to correct that blunder so that the budget can be implemented. Governor has cautioned the officers that if any funding appropriated for an item not captured in the budget, he will use the full force of the law to correct it. Law and order issues has escalated in Madang province. There are killings, robbery and unlawful activities everywhere in the province. Local police have had to bring in reinforcement from Simbu. Madang province Governor Ramzi Pariwa raised the gruesome killing and beheading of an individual from Yawa village by suspects from Bom village in Rai Coast district. He further condemned the killing of a PNG crew from the Western Highlands by criminals along the Usino section of the Ramu Highway.
Madang Governor Ramzi Pariwa wants law and order contained, and especially these acts of killing to stop. In the recent killing of a PNG crew along the Usino section of Ramu Highway, he wants the suspects to surrender to police.
Those acts of killing must stop, and I call on the suspects involved in those killings to surrender to the police before you are caught by the police and dealt with according to law.
Measures have already been put in place to assist in countering the increase in law and order issues in the province. Governor Pariwa thanked partners assisting police to beef up manpower in the law enforcement sector.
In response to the rise in the law and order problem in the province, I have requested for Mobile Squad 8 from Kerawagi to Medellin in order to beef up the manpower with our local provincial police to address the law and order situation.
Mobile Squad 8 from Kerawagi will be in Madang for 2 months to assist in attending to the rise in law and order issues. There will be more reinforcement.
I will be calling for more reinforcement team from our Northern Mobile Command to attend to our law and order issue.
Governor Pariwa is also calling on other Madang MPs to assist police efforts in all districts. He's even reached out to Madang's youth to seek the assistance of the governor's office for development programs that the provincial government has in place for them.
I also want to call on our 5 district members of parliament in the province to assist in supporting our mobile teams on the ground as they are going to attend to our districts as well.
Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
Member for Moresby North East John Cowper was proud to be a part of the newly opened 9 Mile to PAU 4-lane road initiative, which lies in his electorate. Cowper says he needs to make the most for the electorate during his 5-year term in office. He is urging the people to take good care of the facilities and services provided, especially the new road. Among the infrastructure for Mosby Northeast is the police station at the 9 Mile. 5 million kina was used to build it.
And he also willing to give us 10 police houses. We are going to build it at the back. So it's also complementing the road. Safety, security is number one. So when he put a road, there must be security. So he also give the police station, and that will help us. And before I close, I just want to thank you, Prime Minister, Honorable Governor, with city manager and the engineers. You have tremendous job ahead of you, but you have demonstrated the world-class road here today built by Mobile Works. And Prime Minister, we must also give confidence to our local to produce. Of course, some like is money go, some locals, but some they committed to the development of this country. I'm appealing to every public who are here today. All the number one asset is you, the people. Because of you, the road is built. We must look after it. No get speed in boy, no get throw my nothing in the road. You must behind him talk. You must behind him talk. That you hear him talk, you will be number one citizen.
This is TVWAN News. After the break, Community College supported and Kila on Special Purpose Authority.
There's a sense of pride when you're able to do something right, a financial decision that has just really good benefits. With BSP Life Insurance, there's that alleviation of that worry when you pass away. The benefits of the BSP Life Insurance would meet those expenses on behalf of my family. If you're young and you have kids, you owe it to your children to make sure they're not left behind when you pass on.
With you for life.
Enjoying life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, let's calories, family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's our favorite reminds. Tennessee Cola, scale rice, don't scale price. Tennessee Cola, scale rice, don't scale price. Amber, you like it?
More clean, more sweet. Flame natural white sugar. Make more.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend. PNG's own coffee.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
Kabuka, quick hands, well done. They keep the lock off Sally. They count the Hunters. Miran looking to score it. He's over the line. A better kick return here from Scott Galliano. Can he beat Sailor? Yes. Jesus coming through. Oh, they've missed it one. Here's Scott Evils to know. Wow. Not to succumb to history, but to create it. Just relentless. And the Chiefs are into the final. Beautiful.
best teams in the comp go toe-to-toe in the final we have all been waiting for.
Welcome back. The Lake Community College today welcomed much-needed materials from an Australian registered charity called Project Yumi, which was presented by a non-profit organization and its partners. The New Guinea Good Samaritan Foundation presented desks, chairs, a wheelchair, secondary school textbooks, and teachers' resource guides to the institution yesterday.
Brisbane-based Project Yumi, jointly supported by the Sir Brian Bell Foundation, donated and shipped much-needed school materials to the Lay Community College. The items were presented by the Lay-based New Guinea Good Samaritan Foundation, a non-for-profit organization that builds partnerships with other groups to address development issues. Handing over the materials on Thursday was its president, Nera Kame, who outlined the low literacy rate in the country due to inaccessibility and lack of resources.
The country, so in the last decade, so we are basically supporting the education sector with the supply of books and other educational materials, so that can be able to enhance the level of literacy in schools across Papua New Guinea. We have a shipment of the donations coming from Project Yumi team in Brisbane. We have actually presented to the Lake Community College with the materials as follows: 25 desks, 30 chairs, 1 whiteboard, 1 bookshelf, 1 teacher's desk, 1 wheelchair, 38 cartons of secondary textbooks, 11 cartons of teacher's resource guide, and we have a number of things that are still in the pipeline.
In Lay District, the community college is the first institution that the NGO has reached out to, while it had established a partnership with the Huon Gulf District since 2022 and had supported 22 schools there.
Most of the schools that we have visited, we encourage the staff and the students to take good care of the materials that we supply, because those materials are of quality and they are donated materials.
Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
The West New Britain provincial government has once again demonstrated its commitment to the School of Nursing by presenting its annual support. Governor Sasindran Muthuvel and Thalassia MP Freddie Kumai were present at this recent ceremony, where they handed over a significant cheque of 200,000 kina to the school management.
The West New Britain provincial government has once again stepped forward to extend its annual assistance to the School of Nursing. In addition to the provincial government's support, member for Thalassia Freddie Kumai pledged 100,000 kina from the Thalassia District Development Authority. In his address, Mr. Kumai stressed the vital role of the institution in enhancing health services in the province and future plans for the provincial health sector.
I will commit 100,000 to be presented to you. Hopefully by next month, we have a formative plan. So we will assist with 100,000 just to start off with. And we got some listings for some students here as well. Yesterday we approved some school fee assistance of 1 million for Thalassia District. And some of these funds will be coming to our nursing college as well. That will be paid on top of the 100,000 that we provide to support our institutions.
Governor Sasindran Muthuvel acknowledged the substantial progress of the West New Britain School of Nursing since its inception. He emphasized the need for a comprehensive master plan to guide the institution's future development. The governor expressed his ambition to elevate the institution from offering a diploma program to a degree program, citing the increasing demand for qualified healthcare professionals within the region.
So it falls on our responsibility to ensure that this institution, which we started it as a baby and we are nurturing it to grow as one of the leading, higher learning facilities in the region. And I must say thank you to Marape Basin government too, because through long all this PSIP, DSIP come.
Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
Governor Muthuvel also extended his gratitude to the Lands Minister for expediting the land acquisition process. He emphasized the importance of securing the necessary land at Section 21, enabling the establishment of a centralized educational hub for the province. The governor praised the institution's growth and its partnership with the AOG Church, which will be launching a Teachers College program.
I thank Lands Minister also for anything for government purposes, institutional purposes. The department facilitates, at the earliest for the development to take place. So once we get our master plan done, we will get the necessary support or the required support from our higher education when incident happens. So I'm proud that this is growing. This institution is growing. Now we have a partnership with AOG Church, also starting that the Teachers College program. So we are happy to partner with any organizations, be it AOG Church, Catholic Church, United Church, to partner to establish the educational institution within the province, so that the church can run effectively and we can just be a partner to the program. But this is 100% purely a government facility.
President for Kutubu Local Level Government, John Pipi Kila, is calling on the Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs, Soroi Eoe, to explain the functions of the Special Purpose Authority as nothing to show for in Kutubu by the Kutubu Special Purpose Authority. Kila, in a press conference today, said the people are yet to see Kutubu SPA delivered to them since its inception.
The special purpose authorities have been established by the government to perform some of the functions of local level government in specific local circumstances, like the resource areas. President for Kutubu Local Level Government, John Pipi Kila, have raised concerns that to this date, the special purpose authorities get millions of kina every year, but they do not know what they are doing with it. He stressed that Kutubu LLG SPA is one of those that were created but nothing to show for on the ground by the SPA.
Kutubu Special Purpose Authority, established where? No work wonder me Kutubu Local Level Government. Where is the authority now? Authority operates also one. Mila calling Minister of Provincial Affairs. Inab you looking issue. Istab inside of Kutubu Special Purpose Authority. Money, who said the misuse in money stuff? Me foul. Now could meet local level government, all call him also. Kutubu Local Level Government Special Purpose Authority. The concession the law and established. How na Kutubu Special Purpose Authority in a work one of LLG?
Kila is calling on the minister responsible to review all the special purpose authorities in Papua New Guinea, especially in resource provinces of Southern Islands and ELA, so LLGs can have a say in the decisions SPA do.
Na 10 block Kutubu Special Purpose Authority expire. Me call it provincial affairs. Minister for Provincial Affairs and Local Level Government contacting election. 10 block Kutubu Local Level Government expire. SPA.
Minister for Provincial Affairs and Local Government, Soroi Eoe, in the recent Parliament session gave assurance to Parliament that a review is currently underway in the department in order to carry out certain postmortems in relation to the weaknesses of this particular special purpose authority that has been established in those areas where those projects are being conducted. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Meantime, Mr. Kila said if Kutubu Special Purpose Authority does exist, he demands answers as to who they report to and who is the chairman of the SPA.
Kutubu Special Purpose Authority don't give a report. So Kutubu Special Purpose Authority me work na me falso. That's me like Mombla letter from me back on the Provincial Affairs. Na Kamlo Governor Powi, Southern Highlands. Me like a bisla issue lo Kutubu on behalf of people of Foina Faso, all talk lo me longen na me talk out long public lo media. And people na concern lo people long Poi Faso me come lo yesterday na me carry more than a report come so.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at 0.2810 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying 0.2735 US dollars, 0.4015 Australian dollars, 0.2420 euro, and 0.3875 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at the New York close, gold, copra, crude oil, and copper closed higher, while coffee, cocoa, and palm oil closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TVWAN News. Regional news is next. Stay with us.
It was during and after COVID that really motivated me to want to take up life insurance. I think savings is very important, and I think One Talk Delight provides a disciplined approach to savings, and it's a good investment to want to think about the future, because it's always nice to have plans for what you want to do later on.
With you for life.
He loves the Maroons. He loves the Blues. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bungim Yumi.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier by you like you more.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Fine PNG made.
Hardware House launches the low-cost quick-build kit home, built with quality building materials from the leading manufacturer of steel products and kit homes, Atlas Steel. Going now at introductory prices: 1-bedroom kit home at 79,000 kina, 2-bedroom kit home at 99,900 kina, and 3-bedroom kit home at 125,000 kina. You can also opt for solar units to be installed in the kit home at an extra charge. For more information, email info@hardwarehouse.com.pg.
Slipper into it. That's an excellent finish. A chance for Wicks, who bananas and scores, and the Swans are firing all of a sudden. The knock-on effect, New South Wales Cup getting us started on a Saturday here. Canton to Moth and Dranky. That was like clockwork, that attack from the Newcastle Knights. Falls on the inside. That is too easy. Falls on to Garner. He's got a double, Luke Garner. And bounces for one of who can. Can he get it to the line? He can.
Welcome back. Power prices are affecting communities around the world and in the small island nation of Tonga. Home to just over 100,000 people, they are feeling the pinch. The Kingdom of Tonga recently signed a memorandum of understanding with an Irish-based wave energy company, Sea-based, to develop a 10-megawatt wave power park off the main island of Tonga Tapu. It is hoped the wave park will help eliminate the use of oil and diesel. Tonga is heavily dependent on expensive imported diesel fuels for power generation, but has committed to a goal of generating 70% of its electricity from renewable sources by 2025. Once the entire 10-megawatt project is complete, it is expected to provide half of Tonga's energy and cut emissions by 20%. Banksia Hill will get an influx of guards from adult prisons in a bid to make the juvenile detention facility safer for staff and detainees. It's part of the plan by the state's new premier and new corrective services minister to address long-term issues at the troubled facility.
He has become known for destructive riots and violence, with 450 assaults on youth custodial officers in the past 12 months.
Look, this is just not acceptable and it must stop.
Legislative changes are now planned to allow prison officers, who usually work in adult facilities, to boost staffing at Banksia Hill. They'll undergo working with children checks and be given specialised training.
If having more adult justice workers in Banksia Hill enables the facility to be run more appropriately and the young people to be allowed out of their cells more often and to be participating in programs, it's definitely welcome.
The group also backing the appointment of an Aboriginal health service at the facility and a team of elders who will mentor detainees,
who we hope will also be able to help mediate any incidences safely.
While the Telethon Kids Institute will be brought in to provide specialised training to staff and work with detainees with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder and other neurodevelopmental conditions.
They can assess individuals right down to individual characteristics and the manner in which you might manage that individual to get the best outcome, and also de-escalate potentially situations that might be getting bad.
At last we've got a situation where there's something to actually be a little bit positive about. I'm really pleased to see there's been a shift on Banksia Hill from this government, but I do have concerns.
Mr Pettit says training must ensure adult prison officers don't create a more punitive environment, and he's concerned Unit 18 isn't closing. The minister says the separated section of Casuarina Men's Prison remains the best place to house the most challenging juvenile detainees, and that'll continue in the short term unless a review recommends otherwise.
Australia has one of the world's fastest rates of language loss, with just 40 of our original 250 Indigenous languages still spoken, but a small town in Queensland's North Burnett region is trying to revive the local Waka language.
It's a good morning in this primary school class where Year 3 and 4 students learn the traditional language of the region. Corey Appo is their teacher.
I've always had a strong connection to my culture, especially dancing, singing.
The Waka Waka man has received permission to teach. His qualification is one of Queensland's first, where both his cultural background and experience mean he can teach without a university degree.
It's quite historic for our state and our education system.
The town of Eidsvold, northwest of Brisbane, has a high proportion of Indigenous residents. Locals say it's a major step towards preserving the region's cultural history.
With culture comes respect, comes understanding.
It's not only his current students that benefit. Mr Appo is set to teach at schools across the region.
So he's going to create another world. So it's all new, it's going to be different.
The Education Department says as of last year there were 44 state schools working with traditional owners to teach an Indigenous language in the classroom. More than 100 other schools are planning to introduce an Aboriginal or Torres Strait language.
I hope there's heaps of languages that are revived through schools eventually.
My big vision is that we can use it in the street, at footy games, at events.
A vision for the next generation.
Back home, upskilling people will broaden their knowledge to help them participate in meaningful activities. In recent years, the people of South Flight District have had inadequate access to vital services for improved living. In seeing the needs of people, the Octedi Development Foundation delivered a community project to serve the people in the rural villages.
Locals in Samari and Buria Island villages in the Kiwai Rural Local Level Government opened their new community learning centers on May 15 and 16 respectively. This achievement is part of the 5-year development plan for Kiwaba Women and Children's Association under the Community Mind Continuation Agreement region in Western Province. The funding for the CLC buildings was sourced from the 10% of the compensation allocated to women and children in Kiwaba region. President of the association, Pahe David, said the learning centers will help youths, women and children to undergo different life skills training such as baking, sewing, leaders having meetings, among others. She said these facilities were first of its kind opened in Kiwaba region that will serve the people. The president encouraged her people to take care of the building to train all people for self-reliance post-mine life in 2032.
We have a little funding, but we need partners to come in and help counterpart funding with us and bring change to the communities. Also, please, with the community and the other region as a whole, please let's look after this building too as well.
Deputy President for Fly Kiwai Rural Local Level Government, Michael Inao, acknowledged the development partners within Western Province for their continued support in serving the people in rural island villages. He said women and children are important stakeholders in the community, hence having such asset right in the village is important for development activities. Mr. Inao stressed the Fly River Provincial Government must continue to work in partnership with the Octedi Development Foundation to serve the people of Western. Each learning center costs 250,000 kina, considering the logistics for shipment from Kiunga to South Fly, materials, labor and geographical challenges. The building contains 2 bedrooms, office space, off-grid solar panels and lightings, conference room and on-site ablution block, including huge tanks to fetch water for cooking, drinking and washing. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
And now the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Back home, this is a renewal strong wind warning issued by Papua New Guinea National Weather Service for all coastal waters of Yule Island to Port Moresby, to Hood Point to all Milne Bay Islands, and from Vitia's Dampier Straits to Siasi and Long Islands and waters of western tips of West New Britain, including Coral and Solomon Seas. Strong southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots are expected to continue over the next 24 hours, causing rough seas. All small crafts and boats are advised to take necessary precautions before going out to sea, especially in the warning areas. That ends the news segment. In sports with Rex, Unity Games concludes and Doncaster becomes Boas.
It's in the highs. and in the lows. It's in the big things. And the small things too. It's hard to put into words, but you'll know it when you see it. Terrain tamer, when quality counts.
Hey, Rugby League fanatics! Want to watch the State of Origin game for you live in Sydney? Buy a new postpaid TV kit today for only 199 kina plus a plan for as low as 85 kina monthly with equivalent deposit and go into a draw to win. So what are you waiting for? Visit our Digicel HQ shop at Gordon's on weekdays between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. or dial 1515 to speak to a TV agent to get your postpaid TV plan today. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
Watch World Championship Kickboxing on Fight Sports.
Over the top, finding Batman. Yes,
to the flyer tonight. Pack Banfield waiting down, feeds it through. Frederick bounces to his feet and snaps a clever goal.
Phillips, who wants it back? Oh, he mesmerised them all, the big guy. Did he mean that to Martin? What an assist. About to go to advantage, he's bumped a goal. And they're back in front in the blink of an eye.
There's nothing more intense than this thing. I've been in racing my entire life since I was 3 or 4 years old. Anytime you get in one of these things, your life is in danger.
There's no room for error. I mean, this is life or death. I'm determined.
We travel across the country with this beast, and people just go nuts.
The knock-on effect New South Wales Cup getting us started on a Saturday here. Canton to Moth and Dranky. That was like clockwork, that attack from the Newcastle Knights. Falls on the inside. That is too easy. Falls on to Garner. He's got a double, Luke Garner. And bounces for Wanahu Kemp. Can he get it to the line? He can.
Welcome back. The Pepsi Capital Rugby Union started its referee clinic program at the Stanley Hotel today. The program is for practicing and aspiring referees. They went through the training in the morning part of the day. After the lunch break, they did some practical training. The referee clinic is an initiative of the Queensland Rugby League partnership with the Pepsi Capital Rugby Union. Kyle Robertson from Queensland Rugby Union is facilitating the lessons under the World Rugby Union referee and coaching program. Kyle will be at the Bava Park this Saturday, June 24th, to observe how referees are applying the skills taught. The University of Papua New Guinea successfully ended its semester break Unity Sports Carnival with the finals on Thursday. The Unity School Carnival started on Monday with the team promoting integral human development and has been well participated by all 5 faculties. The University of Papua New Guinea had 4 weeks of semester break, in which time students participated in programs scheduled for that period, including the Unity Sports Carnival. Last week, the student body held an inter-school debate. Winners were awarded prizes. This week was devoted for sports. Students played soccer, rugby nines, athletics, netball, basketball and volleyball. The 5 faculties or schools has a team for each code. The objective of the Unity Sports event is to promote human integral development and also allow students to network and establish good relationship outside the study space. Benaya Nari, a peer training coordinator at the university, said the outcome of the event has been good for students since its inception.
School and learn things and exercise the intellectual capabilities, but also the physical part of them that also helps in their health and well-being as well, and also in the spiritual aspect as well as other social aspect. So that is something we want to achieve out of this semester break festival. A couple of objectives, but the main...
Nari said the event turned out successfully and he looks forward for the next series of events in the coming week, which is drama and social activities. Each school will be again putting up a team each in this event. Meanwhile, semester break ends next week. Classes for the second semester begins July 3rd, 2023. The PNG Kumuls and Townsville Blackhawks prop Sylvester Namo has suffered a season-ending injury. Sylvester tore his hamstring early this month in his side's victory against winner Manly Seagulls in round 12 of the Host Plus Cup competition. This injury has put a significant blow on his NRL dream. He is on 1-year train and trial deal. Now that his season in Blackhawks is over, it's unclear whether or not he stays with the club next year. Prior to his devastating injury, Namo was named in the extended squad for North Queensland Cowboys. He was close to that making his NRL debut. He is eligible for Cowboy selection for NRL match after round 10 until this unfortunate injury. Sylvester had made 20 appearances for the Blackhawks since joining the club early this year. He will be required to undergo surgery. International Olympics Day 2023 at the in an annual event that is celebrated on June 23rd. The day is recognized worldwide to commemorate the founding of the International Olympic Committee in Paris back in 1894. It serves as a universal reminder of the values of the Olympic Games encompass unity, respect, excellence, and promotion of the better and peaceful world through sport.
Every year on June 23, people all across the world celebrate this day with the goal of spreading the message of becoming engaged in sport so that we can stay active and fit. International Olympic Day is one of the most important events held on a worldwide scale. PNG, being part of the International Olympic Day family, celebrated the movement today with a number of sporting activities at the Ella Beach basketball courts with the theme Let's Move. Secretary General PNG Olympic Committee Alvita Rapila and the staff of the PNG Olympic Committee were joined by elite members of the PNG team to this year's Pacific Games in Honiara converged at the Ella Beach Sports Facility to celebrate the day with fun games. Explaining on the Let's Move campaign, Alvita said this year the International Olympic Committee, in collaboration with the World Health Organization, announced a global initiative for this year's celebration promoting good health and physical activities and to inspire and encourage people to stay active and healthy while going about their daily routines.
Today was really about doing at least 30 minutes workout with our athletes here. So they ran the program for us today. For some of us, it was a little bit strenuous, but it was a good reminder for us to make sure that we at least commit at least 30 minutes each day, to some form of activity, physical activity, to keep us fit, mainly for a healthy body, healthy mind. And that's what today is really all about.
Alvita also acknowledged a number of Olympians coming out to be part of the activities today, which was pleasing to see.
Yes, it's really good. We had Ryan Pinney who was here. He's just left. Ryan Pinney, Dick Atoa, John Ume, our Olympians. Really pleased to see that they could come out and join us today, and Team PNG athletes. You know, most of them here are the Team PNG heroes, our athletes that are here as well. I'm really pleased that they could lead the program today.
It's amazing to see everybody come out here and enjoy the day. I just hope that we get this out so that next year we have a lot more athletes and with their families, and I'm sure the whole public is going to love it.
It's my second time here attending this Olympic Day. It is a big going worldwide at the moment. Thank you for the new boxers, which are now in the team who's been participate for this one, and it can help like new generation. Like most generations at my age are doing bad stuff. So coming to this Olympic, sports can help them, you know, do something good in their life.
Watson Boas has returned to the UK to finish off his contract with the Doncaster club. Boas reportedly signed with the new franchise EMK Civic Pride in the domestic National Rugby League competition early this year. However, pending issues surrounding his existing overseas contract prevented him from taking the field.
During the period of uncertainty, Watson Boas was approached by the Civic Pride franchise, who offered him the opportunity to play in his homeland while taking care of his family. An agreement was reached between the club and Don's chief executive Carl Hall to allow the scrum half to continue his playing career. However, it became clear that the PNG club had not fulfilled its commitment to the player. The agreement with the Don, something that coincided with a change to Boas' personal circumstances, presented him with an opportunity to return to Doncaster. A productive conversation between Hall, head coach Richard Horn, and senior members of the Don squad led to an agreement being reached for Boas to make his return to the club and continue his contract, which runs until the end of 2024. Boas said early this year he needed to take care of his two boys back in PNG and was not willing to play rugby for 2 years. But he realized he had to honor his contract and for the welfare of his family. The club said they are delighted that Watson has both sorted his family's circumstances out and that he is able to return to help the club with their push for promotion this season.
And that's it for sports. Over to you, Jess.
Thank you, Rex. And that ends another edition of TVWAN News. Have a safe weekend. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.